What's going on, guys? Bufkin over here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be testing something interesting with Mephisto. Now, we already know Mephisto is already one of the strongest characters in the game, but today we are going to be finding out if he actually needs his supports to perform as good as he always does. Before we get started, let's take a quick look at Mephisto's build. This is honestly my best built character in the game. He has stacked Urus, maxed out elite gear, and I'm running him with the brilliant CTP of competition. At this point, there's very few upgrades that would actually make him any stronger. So yeah, in this video, we'll be putting Mephisto through multiple Alliance Battle Extreme runs, using both double support teams and some unorthodox teams with no supports, and honestly, the results are gonna surprise you. The first team that we're gonna be using is Morgan Le Fay and Proxima. You would assume this is the best team for the universal villain restriction in Alliance Battle Extreme, but by the end of this video, that might not be the case. But yeah, going into this run, the only improvements that I could technically make would be with the CTPs on the supports. I could maybe get a mighty or a brilliant variation of them. A quick reminder though on how to play Mephisto. You use the second skill once and then pretty much spam the rest of your skills. For better results, try to optimize your tier 3 and tier 4 usage. But for this first round, let's see how this team ends up performing. That was a solid run, just over 21 million, barely crossing the line at the end. Aside from a few human errors, the run itself felt pretty clean. So yeah, that gives us a good baseline. Next up, we're going to be testing a different setup. Here we have Hades lead with Hela. This team gives Mephisto a team up bonus, allowing him to use his 5th skill twice per run, while also adding Hades and Hela's skill damage to the score. Now, Hela does have a brilliant liberation. Even though it is rolled for PvP, it's still going to help. This is the first unorthodox team we're using for the universal villain restriction. Even though Hades' leadership does help, Hela's support doesn't apply at all here. So technically, Mephisto is going into it at a slight disadvantage, right? Let's find out. One more thing though, the best CTP for ABX is Rage, so the scores would technically be higher with the Brilliant Rage, but competition is still the best option for Mephisto. But yeah, anyways, back to the run. We crossed 21 pretty comfortably, but fell short of the 21.5 million mark by less than 100k, which is actually a slight improvement on the double support team, which is already surprising. But now things are gonna get even more interesting as we test out a triple DPS team with Silver Surfer and Shala Ball. I mean, you can't even consider it a triple DPS team because the other two are pretty useless. They don't even have that stacked builds as well. They're both built for PvP and provide no support buffs at all, just the team up bonuses. It's going to be interesting to see how the raw damage holds up for Mephisto without the supports. While this might be surprising to some of you, a lot of people in the community might already know what's coming. But let's see for ourselves what we end up scoring here. Surprisingly enough, we ended up with almost the exact same score as the previous team and better than the double support setup. I honestly don't know why, but it just works with this team. Very fascinating. Now to wrap things up, I want to test what's widely considered Mephisto's best team, Satana Leadership with Ghost Panther. For me, both of them are running brilliant CTP variants. For this run, we had to switch to a no restriction day, so keep that in mind. But now let's see how this team ends up performing in the final run of this video. Now, a quick note before we move on, I didn't talk over these runs as much I usually do. This is a character we have reviewed in depth before and he has been out for a while now, so I want to let the gameplay and the numbers speak for themselves. Hope you guys don't mind that approach, and if there's anything new you'd like me to test or break down next, definitely leave your recommendations in the comments. Now, back to the run. I definitely could have pushed it higher with cleaner gameplay, but I'll take it. As expected, we did better, but only by a very small margin, about 200k over the previous two teams. So overall, after testing Mephisto in ABX with all these different setups, we got some interesting results. The team up bonuses and the team up skills are honestly very underrated. When you pair that with how strong Mephisto already is, these teams actually end up performing extremely well even without the traditional supports. For modes like Alliance Battle Legends or Infinite, the restrictions usually won't make these kind of teams practical, but in standard ABX, the results really do speak for themselves. if you want me to see me test Mephisto like this in other game modes or try similar experiments with different characters, let me know down in the comments below. And that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new here. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, take care and